Hi, welcome to your yoga practice. This is Christine and I'll be your guide. This will be an intermediate core practice and you'll need a strap and many will want a block. Just have those handy near the front of your mat. We're going to begin with 2 yin poses. So for the first pose, we're going to do Sphinx and low squat. We're going to come up for a brief forward fold as well. For Sphinx, you want to lay on the ground and stretch your body forward with your elbows under your shoulders, hands directly in front of the elbows. Allow your knees to roll in a little bit. So you're laying, you're on the outsides of your knees. This will allow your SI joint to open up a little bit. We're going to be here for about another minute and a half. So as you breathe here, release any effort from the legs, from the glutes, and from the feet. If at any time this becomes too much on your low back, walk your elbows forward, and that will decrease the angle in your low back. Additionally, some people find that simply shrugging their shoulders up takes that angle down enough. And this is okay in a yin pose, as long as it feels restful for you. In a yin pose, the whole idea is allowing the skeleton to fall a little bit closer to the ground, to give into gravity, and to stop holding it in any particular way. So as you exhale, each time, imagine that you're allowing a little bit more tension to leave the body. You can even let the head hang if you want. And look for places where you might be holding on to a particular way of positioning your being. And breathe into those and just let them go. Last 3 breaths here. And then to transition to your squat pose, turn your toes under, walk your hands back, and you can use the wall or not. Set the feet a little wider than hip width. And we're using this to really create sensation and relaxation across the pelvic floor. So you can bring the hands up if you'd like, or you can just let the hands and the head fall down toward the ground. With every breath, feel the breath reaching all the way into the low back as you inhale. And as you exhale, let go of any ways of holding anything. Begin to notice the breath in the pelvis. As you continue to breathe here, feel the heels fall incrementally closer to the ground, maybe by slivers, maybe almost imperceptible and not even perceivable by anyone else. Let go of any holding in the calves. Last couple of breaths here. Coming up to a forward fold, place the fingertips on the ground, let the head hang. On an exhale, lift the pelvic floor, press the heels into the ground and lift the hips. Stay here, your forward fold, belly on the thighs, head hanging. If you'd like, you can turn the head from side to side. Notice the spine feeling really long, and maybe even feeling longer and longer as you breathe. We're going to come up using the elevator drawstring zipper. This video will reference language from the beginner video, so if that's not familiar to you, go back and do the beginner video. Bend the knees quite a bit, and then exhale. Elevator, drawstring, forward hip points come together, zip up the front of the spine. On an inhale, roll the shoulders onto the back, and then find mountain. Good. Inhale from the back of your mat. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, dive forward, belly on the thighs, head hangs. Walk the hands forward and find downward facing dog. Press the fingertips into the ground to the finger pads. Wrap the elbows down to the ground and press the upper arms into one another. Find those same three actions here. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Keep the hips reaching back and the shoulder blades down the back. Now we're going to use those actions to way forward to plank. So you may want to walk your hands just a smidge wider. Exhale, elevator, drawstring, zipper, slide forward to plank. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the sitting bones back. Continue with the rhythm of your breath. Exhaling, elevator, drawstring, zipper. Bend the knees, lift the sitting bones back. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Bend the knees, slide the sitting bones back. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Bend the knees, reach back. 3 more times in the rhythm of your own breath. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. With Ujjayi breath, exhale, knees down. Walk the hands forward and bring the forehead to the ground. Anahata. Exhale. Walk the hands back and come up. Come up onto your knees for zombies. So this is a core warm-up, and you want the tops of your feet pressing into the ground behind your knees. Lift the arms out in front of you. Now, you're going to be keeping the same line from the knees through the shoulders and the top of the head as you hinge back at the knees. Then you're going to bring elevator, drawstring, zipper to bring you forward. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Inhale back. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Now, this time staying forward, keep pressing into your feet. Bring the hands together behind the back. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back. Press the hips forward. Lift the kneecaps and begin to hinge back. Exhale, tuck the chin, hinge at the hips, and walk it back out to Anahata. Walk your hands back in, wave up, and we're going to do rolling planks. So, what I want you to remember from the beginner video is being able to use the respiratory diaphragm and the muscles attached to it to draw one side back and then the other. Almost as if you're breathing yourself back. You're going to use that to start these twists. Now, you can do these from a wide variety of bases. I'll show you from what are usually considered easiest to most difficult. And I'll tell you that for various reasons, some people find one or the others less difficult. So do the one that's right for you today. You can do these elbows and knees. Just remember that the hips stay in line between the shoulders and knees. None of this. You can do it elbows and toes. Same thing here, not sagging down. You can do knees and hands. You can do knees and toes. Again, here, not here. So I'm going to demo from elbow and knee. And we're going to open up. The other thing that you want to remember is if you're on your toes, you're going to be rolling onto the outsides of the feet. So keep the toes nice and turned under. If you're on the knees, of course, you'll be rolling onto the outside of your knee. Upper body in every case is a big part of your foundation. So shoulders above elbows or hands, hips in line between upper body and lower body anchor. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, draw the right ribs back. Roll onto the outside of the right foot or knee and lift the right arm. Exhale, look down and roll down. Exhale, lift up to the other side. Inhale, elongate the heart forward. Exhale. Exhale, roll down. Inhale. Exhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Heart forward. Exhale, roll up. Exhale. Exhale, open. Exhale, down. Rest anytime you need to. Once more on each side. Exhale down. Inhale, reach the hips back. Rest the forehead on your forearms or on the mat. Walk the hands out again. Turn the toes under. Knees bent. Head between the biceps. Lift the knees to lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Rock the hips from side to side. Inhale, look forward, and then step, walk, or hop forward to forward fold. Grab your strap. A couple more breaths here in forward fold. Inhale, elongate, and exhale, release. Next exhale, drop the hips, wave up, elevator, drawstring, zipper, roll the shoulder blades onto the back, and find mountain. Okay, we're going to use eagle arm prep with a strap to have one more way of finding that core catch. So have the strap on the tops of your arms up toward your shoulders. From open, bring the right arm over the left. Make sure that cross is above the elbow. Now, before you come up, you're going to take your strap like this. You're going to walk the hands some distance together. It doesn't matter between all the way together and all the way apart, okay? Now, pull on that strap. Now, imagine someone's trying to come over and push your elbows up, but you are resisting them down. Notice what's occurring under your rib cage, all the way to your back. Keep resisting someone pulling your elbows up. One more breath. Exhale, release. Lay that strap down. Open up, and then exhale. Left over right. Find your strap. Walk your hands some distance toward one another and pull on that strap. Now, someone's going to come over and pop your elbows up. You are resisting down. Not with the tops of your shoulders, but by drawing the arms into the shoulders and engaging your core. On an exhale, release the strap all the way to the ground. Now, we're going to do Warrior 1, or a forward-facing series leading to Warrior 3, which is a balance pose. I'm going to take you forward in Warrior 3 in eagle arms. So, some people feel safer with a block here for just in case. I'm going to remind you, and I'll remind you again when we get to the pose, that if you want to keep your eagle arms as you're coming forward, instead of lifting here, you can keep those toes on the ground for stability, but still have most of your weight over that standing leg. And that'll still allow you to work with the dynamics of eagle arms. Whichever way you choose. If you choose to undo the arms, you do have that block available. But still, think about being able to let go of that and allow the upper body to maintain its own center. All right, from mountain at the top of the mat. Draw the forward hip points internally toward one another, drawstring. Exhale, step back left, bend right. Now, press on the outside of the left foot. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Now, let's apply the same actions here. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Notice maybe your rib cage moved back a little bit. On an exhale, bring the hands together behind your back, interlace the fingers, and reach the knuckles down. Camel warrior. Now, this is probably creating quite a back bend. We're going to counteract that back bend. Elevator, draw a string zipper, and come forward. Just inside the leg, maybe you lift the hands. Come up the same way. Elevator, draw string, zipper. Inhale, lift the heart, release the arms. Now, exhale, right arm over left. Find eagle arms or take opposite shoulders. Exhale, elevator, draw string, zipper, come forward. Center your weight over the right leg. Now, if it feels good, you can fly the left leg. Toes point down, hips are level. Don't allow yourself to crunch in. Keep your elbows moving forward. One more breath. On the exhale, bend standing, reach flying, elevator, drawstring, zipper. On an inhale, unwind. On an exhale, step forward. Hands on the hips. Drawstring, right leg back, left knee bends. Inhale, arms up. Try lifting all 10 toes here. And relax them back down. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Exhale, hands together behind the back. Now let's try taking some of the back bend out of this, because remember, the belly is just the front of the back. So when you engage it, sometimes the back can't arch back quite so much. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Exhale, forward. Maybe you lift the hands. Exhale, elevator, drawstring, zipper. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, open the arms. Left arm over right, eagle arms, or opposite shoulders. Now, take a couple of breaths here, expanding the space between the shoulder blades. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Hinge forward. Now, transfer most of your weight or all of it over the left foot. Elbows continue forward. Exhale, lift the right hip. Hips level, toes point down. Next, exhale, bend standing, reach flying, elevator, drawstring, zipper. On an inhale, open the arms out. Exhale, step forward. Now, we're going to do a moving tree. So, since we're going to be moving the arms, I'm going to invite you to not use the wall. You can if you want, and then maybe move the other arm, or if you need to or want to, take a lower down stance. Maybe you keep the toe on the ground and turn the knee out, or maybe you don't turn the knee out and you just keep the toe on the ground. So those are options as well. to enhance your balance here. So from wherever you are, transfer all of your weight over the right foot. Find your foundation, your support through the leg, and then your core. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. On an exhale, lift the left knee. Maybe you open it, maybe you leave it down. Wherever you decide to be, make sure you're avoiding the knee. Muscle presses foot, foot presses muscle, or leg stays very expressive. So you're still occupying that leg. Now, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, arms sweep down. Imagine in both directions that you're pressing a bar that's resisting you. If you'd like for this last one, lift your toes. Next, inhale, lift the knee. And then exhale, everything down and transfer. Foundation, support, core, elevator, drawstring, zipper. Exhale. Find your leg placement. On an inhale, arms go up, exhale. Arms press down. Maybe you lift the toes. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, everything down. All right, now we're going to do a side-facing series. This is one that many of you are going to want the block for. We're going to end up in half moon pose with an option to lift the bottom hand off the block. So we'll make our right foot the front foot first. So take a wide stance on the mat, blocking the right hand, right foot turns out, left foot turns in. Press on the outsides of both feet and lift the kneecaps. Now just place that block outside and in front of the right foot. Now, inhale, lift the arms parallel to the ground. Imagine that you're pressing down on something beneath them. Feel that kind of create a little bit of extra energy. In the center of the body, lift the kneecaps and exhale, reach out. Now, bring the bottom arm down and the top arm up. Triangle pose, good. Gaze can be at the big toe, directly forward, or up at your thumb. Now, just in case you're not convinced that this is any core, try lifting the bottom arm. Try lowering the top arm. On your next inhale, open the arms. Exhale, bend the forward knee. Now, press that right arm back, and then maybe you lower the left arm over the ear. Press on the outside of the left foot. 2 more breaths here in side angle. Now, wrap the top hand and grab your block. Slide that back foot forward and place the block ahead of and outside of the foot. Exhale. Maybe you lift that back leg. If it doesn't want to lift up, then maybe you stay here and open out. If it does lift up, turn the toes to point forward. And maybe you lift the bottom hand. One more breath. On the exhale, bend standing, reach flying, take your block, walk it over, come back to center, all 10 toes in, forward fold. Lift the kneecaps, drop the weight back over your heels. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back and look forward. Now turn the toes out, bend the knees. Elevator, drawstring, zipper. Come up to temple pose. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, hands to the hips. Left foot forward, right foot in. Lift the kneecaps, press on the outsides of the feet. Exhale, hinge out. Left arm down, right arm up. Now, if you want to add the core, or if you want to add more core, lift the bottom arm, lower the top, 3 breaths. On an inhale, open the arms. Exhale, bend the forward knee. Maybe you can hop that back foot back a little bit. Maybe you lower the right arm. On an exhale, wrap that top arm and then reach your hand out to the block. Slide that back foot forward. Walk the block forward. Now, maybe you stay right here with a bent standing leg and the toe touching down. And then you experiment with opening the shoulders and the arms. Or maybe you just experiment with lifting the toe. If you want, extend that back leg, toe out to the center of the room, arm up. Maybe you lift the bottom hand. On your exhale, bend standing, reach flying. Come up and open out. Turn all 10 toes in. Hands together behind the back. Reach the knuckles down and lift the kneecaps. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, elevator, drawstring, zipper. Come over, shoulder blades still come down. So your shoulders are drawn away from your ears. Inhale, up halfway, elevator, drawstring, zipper, the rest of the way. Turn all 10 toes in, and then hinge or hop back to center. When you're working with the core, as we have been, in any position, and in standing poses in particular, you want to also incorporate stretching the front of the body. So we're going to do dancer's pose next. For dancer's pose, you may want to revisit the strap. Wherever you are, you can be at the wall, you can be away from the wall. Transfer your weight onto the right foot. On an exhale, bend the left heel up. Now, if you're using the strap, alternatively, you may want to get that around the foot in front and then come back. Your right arm either touches the wall or reaches up, and then exhale as you kick back and come forward. One more breath. On the exhale, elevator, draw a string zipper, and release. Transfer the weight to the left leg. Bring the right heel in. Either connect with a strap or reaching back. Reach out to the wall or up and overhead. Kick the leg back as you hinge forward. You keep breathing in the pose, and on an exhale, begin to come up, elevator, draw string zipper, all the way up, release, and we're gonna come down to the mat. Now, we're gonna do bandha rolls to get an inversion in before finishing poses. If you don't know what those are, I'll explain as we go. The way we come down to the ground is twofold. So you can either come down to sitting in the way that makes the most sense to you. If you want, you can come down to a low squat. This is only if you're comfortable with lowering yourself down and behind yourself. You're going to reach your sitting bones down, lift up, and come forward. That's one bandha roll. So the idea here, and the elevator drawstring zipper is just another way of working with bandhas. Bandhas are the locks that lift energy through the body. Not locks like a key, but locks like a boat. So what you're doing on the way back and up is you're using the elevator drawstring and zipper to motor the body, to actually press it back and then lift it up. That extra lift at the top is actually the pelvic floor lifting into the body. So do them as rapidly or as slowly as you'd like. Continue doing them if you are already. Exhaling back, inhaling forward. Modifications. You can come to heels down here, or you can leave the heels up. Next time that you're down, stay down, hug the knees in, and rock from side to side. Now, set yourself up for bridge. Get your feet on the mat if they're not already. Heels close enough that you could touch. On an exhale, pressing into all four corners of both feet, core engaged, lift the hips. Don't let the knees fall out. Knees track in, all four corners of both feet on the ground. If you'd like, hands together behind the back. Roll onto the outsides of the upper arms. On an exhale, separate the hands, unroll the shoulders, and reaching the tail away from the heart, start setting each vertebrae down in its own turn. When the sacrum comes to the ground, hug the knees in and rock from side to side. Second bridge or full wheel back bend. If you're doing a second bridge, do exactly what you just did. The beginning is the same. So if you're doing a full wheel back bend, consider starting with the feet slightly wider than for bridge, and maybe even a little pigeon-toed. I guarantee that if it feels pigeon-toed to you, it's closer to straight on. Now, activate that core. Good. Bring the heels in close enough. Exhale, lift the hips. Now, if you're going for bridge, this is where you join the hands together. If you're going for full wheel back bend, place the fingertips on the ground, peel the heels of the hands back, elbows press in. Now, on an exhale, you're going to press up, top of the head lightly on the ground. Reestablish your hands and come up the rest of the way. When you're ready to come down, bend the chin, tuck the chin, and set the body down from top to bottom. Open the arms out to a big T. On an exhale, knees to the right, look left. If you want, you can take the big toe and yoga toe lock. Exhale, bend both legs, press the belly back and bring the knees up. Inhale and feel center. Exhale to the opposite side. On an exhale, bend both knees, press back, come back to center, and then get yourself set up for your perfect Shavasana for right now. Grab an eye pillow if you have one. You can put a bolster behind your knees, or you can just let your heels reach away. Try hugging yourself. Your shoulder blades will separate across your back. And then when you lay your arms down, you have a little bit more space in the back. Eye pillow over the eyes and let go. Let the next few breaths be sighs. They can be sighs of anything you want them to be. Sighs of exasperation, of patience, of release, of happiness. Just notice how they feel to you. And as you turn the breath over to automatic processes, to the inrush of pressure from the outside world and the gentle offering back. Feel the release of no longer being in charge of your breathing. Let the muscles melt and the bones fall closer to the earth. Allow the muscles to let go of the bones. And feel yourself sinking back and down. As your senses begin to quieten, feel your eyes fall back. Feel your inner ears relax, your sinuses relax. The back of your mouth relax. And even your skin relax. And having released all effort of being, you might find yourself in your favorite place in nature, miraculously alone and perfectly safe. Find a place to recline. And once you've found a place to lay down, preferably in contact with the earth, feel the support beneath you. Allow your body to let go and sink into that support. In your mind's eye, see the quality of the sky overhead. If it's day or night, dark or light, cloudy or clear. And feel the moisture of the earth. Perhaps you even hear a spring or trickling stream in the background. Feel the warmth of the sunlight. All the way through your body and into the ground. If it's night for you, see the silver glow of moonlight or starlight over your entire being. As you listen to the sound of the bell extinguish, feel your back on the earth beneath you, your breath in your nostrils, and smile with the back of your mouth. Circle your eyes behind your eyelids in both directions. And when you're ready, wiggle fingers and toes, circle wrists and ankles, and bend your elbows and knees, hips and shoulders. Stretch out once. Exhale back into a ball and roll over to the right. Find yourself in this moment, in this present moment, where you can always find a new beginning. And when you're ready, press into the earth to come up. Elevator drawstring zipper at the head, be the last thing to rise. Come up to a comfortable seat and breathing in. Know you're breathing in. Inhale your arms up and overhead and exhale. Happy yoga day. I'll see you on the mat.